every day is different, so I'm switching up the beat. Cause my parents came with nothing, they got a little more. Sure, we're poor, but yo, at least we got the store.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're ranking all the In the Heights songs.
Come with me.
Oh no.
Yo, we begin July with a stop in my corner fire hydrant. Once we get going, we're never gonna stop tiptoeing. We'll get the dough, and once we get going, we're never gonna 96,000. Lights out on Washington Heights, and now the crack of dawn. I pack as life goes on and on and on.
For this list, we'll be looking at the importance of the song to the musical's overall narrative, as well as its own merits. That is, how much it makes us want to sing and dance. We'll be considering songs both from the original Broadway stage version and the 2021 film adaptation. If you're not familiar with the story, there may be a few spoilers up ahead. What would you do with $96,000? Let us know in the comments. Number 23, Home All Summer. Fans of the original stage show will be delighted to learn that most of your favorite tracks remained intact for the 2021 movie. Instead of rewriting the Tony Award-winning soundtrack, Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote an additional song.
I'll be home all summer. I'll be home all summer. If you're gonna be around, you can find me uptown.
In the movie, this song is sung by Anthony Ramos, who plays Usnavi, Leslie Grace, who plays Nina, and Mark Anthony, who plays Sonny's father.
You can always come back home. You can always come back home.
According to an article by IndieWire, Miranda called the movie a love letter to the Washington Heights neighborhood, where he still lives. What could possibly be a more fitting tribute than to end the movie with a song called Home All Summer? Number 22, Hundreds of Stories.
Abuela,
Are you okay?
paciencia y fe. Paciencia y fe.
The day after the blackout, Usnavi visits Abuela Claudia, and the conversation soon turns to her winning lottery ticket.
Think of the hundreds of stories we will share, you and
She urges Usnavi to use his share of the money to fulfill his dream of opening a bar on the beach back home in the Dominican Republic. In typical Lin-Manuel Miranda style, he uses certain rhythms to differentiate between generations.
Yo, I know just where to go. There's a little beach named Playa Rincon with no road. You need a rowboat, a motorbike to reach this beach.
While Claudia sings in more traditional Latin melodies, Usnavi overlaps with modern hip-hop beats, reflecting his biculturalism. Though it's not in the film, in the musical, Usnavi and Claudia reflect on the hundreds of stories that make up their past, as well as the hundreds of stories awaiting them in the future.
I find your island.
Whatever we do, it's you
And I.
Number 21, Everything I Know.
In this album, there's a picture of the ladies at Daniela's. You can tell it's from the 80s by the volume of their hair.
Following Abuela Claudia's passing, Usnavi and Nina go through some of her belongings. As Nina looks through old papers and photos, she comes to realize just how much of a central role the beloved matriarch played in her life. It's almost impossible to hold back the tears as Nina takes us through photos chronicling Claudia's life.
And our lives are in these boxes while the woman who held us is gone, but we go on.
This beautiful melody is an ode to the woman who made the neighborhood what it was, and the impact she had on all those in her path. To honor Abuela Claudia's memory and uphold her legacy, Nina decides to return to college and finish what she started.
Thank you for everything I know.
Number 20, Enough.
Oh my God, enough. Now you listen to me. Mom, I said enough. I'm sick of all this fighting.
Nina's mom, Camila, doesn't feature in the 2021 movie, so sadly her song has been cut too. However, in the musical, this song takes place during the Blackout, after the Rosarios finally find Nina. When they learn she was with Benny, a fight breaks out between father and daughter, forcing Camila to step in. In this feisty song, she confronts them both, pointing out that Nina and her dad are a lot more alike than they perhaps realize.
And he can't admit when he's wrong. Now who does that remind you of? You two deserve each other.
As she leaves to let them work out their differences, she reminds them that they're a loving family who will always have each other's backs.
Enough lying, enough screaming, I'm done trying and I'm leaving it up to you. It's up to you, I'll see you walk back home. Enough!
Number 19, Atención.
Atención, atención. Roll down your windows.
This number, although brief, hits like a punch in the gut. One moment we're reveling in the party vibes of Carmen del Barrio, and the next we're having our hearts broken. Kevin informs his drivers and the audience that everyone's beloved Abuela Claudia has passed away. It's such a stark and sudden shift in mood as we're taken from one of the most animated scenes in the entire show to one of its most somber. As well as being the adoptive Abuela of the neighborhood, Claudia has cemented herself in the audience's hearts too. Though the film removed this song and gave Claudia a more present passing at a different point in the narrative, we still feel the absence she's going to leave.
Let everybody know Abuela Claudia passed away at noon today.
Number 18, Piragua.
When it came to dreams, we had to keep scraping by.
Whoa, que calor, que calor, que calor, que calor, oh, oh.
The Piragua guy actually plays a bigger role than you might initially think. When we first meet him, he's struggling to compete with Mr. Softy.
And Mr. Softy trying to shut me down, but I keep scraping by the fading light.
However, in his reprise, things are starting to look up.
And here come all his customers my way. I told you I run this town. Piragua, Piragua.
His two songs are relatively short, but they both feature at a time when the audience needs some livening up, or after the credits if you stay to the end. In the original production, the first one follows the emotional duet When You're Home, and the second one takes place after the heart-wrenching Everything I Know. In the film, he's another example of someone scraping by, in this case, quite literally. Even if he's not center stage, the Piragua guy is a predominant resident of Washington Heights. You simply can't help but root for him.
Keep scraping by. Oh, que calor, que calor, que calor, que calor, que calor.
Number 17, Inútil.
This isn't happening. Inútil. Useless.
Another song that you won't be hearing in the movie adaptation is this one performed by Nina's father, Kevin. After Nina confesses that she lost her college scholarship, Kevin feels helpless that he can't support his daughter financially. He sings about how he overcame poverty and hardships to provide a better life for his family, but now he feels guilty and useless that he can't do more for her.
Proud to be your father, 'cause you work so much harder. You are so much smarter than I was at your age.
Underneath his anguish, we also learn just how much he admires Nina and how proud he is of everything she's achieved. As the song concludes, Kevin vows to do whatever it takes to help Nina complete her education.
Everything I've sacrificed will have been useless.
Number 16, Alabanza.
She was found and pronounced. At the scene, she was already lying in bed. Paramedics said that her heart gave out.
In one of the show's most emotional scenes, the block pays tribute to their adoptive grandmother.
She cherished these things. She say Alabanza. Alabanza means to raise this thing to God's face and to sing quite literally praise to this.
Nina starts singing Abuela Claudia's praises, quite literally, and is soon joined by the others. Claudia was the bedrock of the neighborhood, and this song just shows how much she meant to so many people. The melody is really beautiful, starting out soft and becoming more impassioned as it builds. Usnavi's solo at the end is sure to hit you straight in the feels. Abuela may be gone, but her spirit lives on through those who loved her. This will resonate with anyone who's experienced loss. Number 15, When the Sun Goes Down.
When the sun goes down, you're gonna need a flashlight. You're gonna need a candle.
I think I can handle that.
This song serves as a perfect contrast to Nina and Benny's earlier song, Sunrise. Nina has decided to go back to college, and Benny worries about making it long distance. It's a bittersweet love song, as the pair are still in the early stages of their relationship, but acknowledge the challenges up ahead.
You're on your own, and suddenly without me, will you forget about me?
I couldn't if I tried.
It also neatly brings their storyline full circle, as you might recognize hints of the same melody as When You're Home from Act 1.
I think of you every night at the same time.
Miranda, who also played Lee Scoresby in the BBC's His Dark Materials adaptation, has since shared that this song was inspired by a moment in the fantasy novel trilogy. Number 14, No Me Diga.
Gorgeous.
Linda, tell me something I don't know. Yeah, sucia, cabrona. Tell me something I don't know.
After Nina tells her parents that she's dropped out of college, she heads to the salon seeking comfort from her friend Vanessa. Once there, salon owner Daniela, her partner Carla, and a film edition Cuca sit her down for a makeover. The ladies share gossip over this up-tempo mambo rhythm, often repeating "No me diga," translating as "you don't say."
Nina, I hear you've been talking to Benny.
What do you hear?
I hear plenty. They say he's got quite a big taxi. No me diga.
Daniela then teases Vanessa and Nina as she switches the conversation to their love lives. It's such a fun number. However, the energy momentarily dips when Nina divulges that she won't be attending any graduation.
I dropped out.
No me diga.
It picks up again quickly enough, leaving us hyped for the next scene.
I don't know.
Tell me something I don't know.
Que sé yo.
Number 13, Champagne.
I got you a present. I went next door to get it. Doing anything tonight.
There's a lot to unpack in this bittersweet number. As the effects of gentrification take their toll, Vanessa visits Usnavi to celebrate their respective new chapters. Just as she's ready to confess her feelings for him, she realizes that the time they have left together is short. Meanwhile, Usnavi awkwardly fumbles over the champagne, seemingly in a metaphor for the feelings he's yet to address.
Yo, Usnavi, drop the champagne.
I mean, you went through all this trouble to get us a little bubbly.
And it's gonna be okay.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
Vanessa desperately tries to get Usnavi to stay in New York, but he's simply not reading between the lines. As the tension builds, the pair engage in a long overdue kiss. This song manages to be funny, emotional, exciting, and wistful all at once.
I'm just too late.
Number 12, Benny's Dispatch.
Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. This is Benny on the dispatch. Yo.
It's no Guns and Ships from Hamilton, but let's be honest, you've also tried to keep up with Benny's rap and probably failed. It's cool, we've all done it. Benny's been left in charge of the taxi service dispatch when Nina arrives. As they reunite for the first time since she left for college, Benny tries to impress her with his awesome dispatch skills.
There's a traffic accident I have to mention at the intersection of 10th Avenue. Check the traffic, consider and check it. Don't get stuck in the rubber necking on 192nd. There's a double decker bus wreck.
It's an enthralling hip-hop inspired number with subtle Latin tones and invigorating energy. He certainly makes quite a fanfare over Nina's return to the barrio, and the rising heat between them is something that not even the AC could help with.
Turn up the AC, stay here with me.
You thirsty as hell.
Number 11, The Club.
Damn, this is nice. I really like what they done with the lights. So the hot club in Washington Heights. You might be right, this music's tight.
Although we love all of the individual songs, it's the ensemble numbers where the cast really shines. At the club, Usnavi and Vanessa are on their date while Benny drinks his sorrows away after being laid off. Tensions rise as jealousy rears its ugly head when Usnavi and Vanessa dance with other people.
The next one, Vanessa, let me interject from the way you sweat, the way you flex on the floor, it makes me want you more.
This all builds up to an incredible salsa dance break that's both charged and exhilarating. As the drinks continue to flow, suddenly the power goes out. This scene alone is worthy of the show's many choreography awards. Number 10, Sunrise. Following the chaos that ends Act 1, the curtain rises on Nina and Benny, who engage in an impromptu Spanish lesson while watching the sunrise.
Well, how do you say kiss me?
Bésame,
How do you say hold me?
abrázame.
In a tweet, Miranda revealed that the opening notes to this song mirror the sound of the coqui, a frog native to Puerto Rico. This is supposed to reflect the calm that Nina feels during the blackout. The events of the night before are left to our imaginations, but the intimacy they shared is hinted at through their bilingual back and forth.
Promise me you'll stay beyond the sunrise. I don't care at all what people say beyond the sunrise.
Unfortunately, Sunrise was cut from the movie, but can be heard in the background if you really listen. Still, we recommend giving the full version a listen, as this song is simply stunning. Number 9, It Won't Be Long Now.
The elevated train by my window doesn't faze me anymore. The rattling screams don't disrupt my dreams.
Although we briefly met Vanessa in the opening number, this song gives us more exposition to her character. It also lays the groundwork for the romantic tension between her and Usnavi. The song is emblematic of merengue music, one of the freest styles of Latin rhythms, which may be symbolic of Vanessa's dream to be free of her present circumstance.
One day, I'm hopping in a limousine and I'm driving away. Yeah. It won't be long now.
It's also during the song that Sonny plays wingman for his cousin, asking out Vanessa on his behalf. Usnavi celebrates his upcoming date with Vanessa.
But until that fateful day, I'm grateful I got a destination. I'm running to make it home, and home's what Vanessa's running away from.
However, he frets that they're on very different paths as she's so determined to leave her life in Washington Heights behind.
One day, I'm walking a JFK and I'm gonna fly.
Number 8, Paciencia y Fe.
Calor, calor, calor. Ay, mama. The summer's hottest day.
In an interview with the Harvard Crimson, Miranda shared that this song, quote, came out of finding a phrase that would encapsulate Abuela Claudia's worldview. Although he also confessed that it became his mantra while writing the musical.
Ay, mamá, so many stars in Cuba. In Nueva York, we can't see beyond our street lights.
In this mambo-inspired number, we're taken on a journey through Claudia's past, from living in Cuba to immigrating to the US with her mother. Through all their hardships and sacrifices, Claudia always held on to her patience and faith. She then reveals to the audience, in the musical anyway, that she holds the winning lottery ticket. It's easy to see how her backstory resonates with many and continues to be relevant even today. Number 7. Finale. This is a show about community, family, and finding home, as described in Swarthmore College's conversation with the maestro himself. In the finale, everyone is about ready to say their goodbyes to the neighborhood. But when Sonny unveils a mural, Usnavi realizes that he's been home all along.
Yeah, I'm a street light chilling in the heat. I illuminate the stories of the people in the street. Some have happy endings, some are bittersweet. But I know them all, and that's what makes my life complete.
The movie's ending is somewhat different, but what remains is Usnavi's vow to keep this snapshot of his Washington Heights alive.
It's a wonderful life without no. Merry Christmas, your own building alone, I'm home.
Miranda has certainly lived up to that promise too, allowing the story to be told around the world and now also bringing it to the silver screen.
You hear that music in the air? Take the train to the top of the world, and I'm there, I'm home.
Number 6. Carnaval del Barrio.
Hey, hey, what's this tonteria that I'm seeing on the street?
According to an MTV article, Miranda has described the story as extremely personal, as it celebrates the people, cultures, and music that made Washington Heights feel magical to him growing up. Nothing is a bigger celebration of that than this absolute party anthem. While the power is still out, Daniela lifts everyone's spirits with this neighborhood-wide party. There's nothing more powerful than hearing the cast sing in both Spanish and English, and seeing them dance with the flags of the nationalities that make up their community.
Puerto Rico to Santo Domingo, wherever we go, we rap our people and we go.
Whether you're watching a screen or a stage, it's almost impossible to fight off the urge to get up and dance along. Number 5. When You're Home.
I used to think we lived at the top of the world when the world was just a subway map.
This song is bound to be a favorite of the romantics among us. Benny and Nina bond over feelings of alienation as they take a stroll down memory lane.
Life was easier then.
You know, everything is easier when you're home.
Nina, who recently dropped out of Stanford, feels like she's losing her way, but Benny wholeheartedly believes in her and is sure that she's meant to do great things.
When I was younger, I'd imagine what would happen if my parents had stayed in Puerto Rico.
Miranda actually wrote this song after a date with his now wife, where they also took a stroll around the neighborhood. Bringing things full circle, the composer also revealed that his wife burst into tears after watching the scene in the movie. So, tissues at the ready.
You're finally home.
Number 4. Blackout.
Oye, ¿qué pasó? Blackout, blackout.
Vino el apagón, ay Dios.
Oye, ¿qué pasó?
Blackout, blackout.
Vino el apagón, ay Dios.
Powerless, we are powerless.
Similar to the Act 1 finale of Miranda's other well-known musical Hamilton, Blackout is a musical gem in how it expertly overlaps multiple storylines and harmonies at once.
Somebody better open these goddamn doors.
Though it's placed slightly differently in its film adaptation, the effect is just as explosive. As Washington Heights is plunged into darkness, the chaos is echoed through the polytextuality of the music. Benny searches for Nina, Usnavi has seemingly abandoned Vanessa, and Sonny desperately tries to protect the bodega from looters. It's an animated number that brings with it several revelations just in time for intermission. There's so much going on in this number. You can hear it multiple times and always pick up on something new. Number 3. In the Heights.
Lights up on Washington Heights, up at the break of day. I wake up and I got this little punk I gotta chase away. Pop the grate at the crack of dawn, sing while I wipe down the awning. Hey y'all, good morning.
Ice cold piragua, palcha, china, cherry, strawberry, and just for today I got my mate.
According to Miranda, one of the biggest influences for this musical was Fiddler on the Roof.
To doing shots on the weekend.
As long as you buy them, I'll hire 'em.
In fact, the title number shares a similar setup in how it presents the community and the themes of traditions and culture. We're introduced to the small bodega owner and protagonist Usnavi, who raps in Miranda's signature style.
$1, $2, $1.50, $1.69. I got it. You want a box of condoms? What kind? That's 2 quarters, 2 quarter waters. The New York Times, you need a bag for that. The taxes at it. Once you get some practice at it.
As more characters are introduced, other musical influences are interjected, giving us a feel for the neighborhood. The song perfectly transports us to Usnavi's Washington Heights with its detailed exposition. It also creates a feel-good atmosphere, getting us hyped for the rest of the show.
Turn out the street lights. We taking the flight to a couple of days in the life for what it's like in Washington Heights.
Number 2. Breathe.
Sigue andando el camino por toda su vida. Respira. Si pierdes mis huellas, que Dios te bendiga.
In this song, Nina prepares to tell her father, and also her mother in the stage version, that she's dropped out of Stanford. However, coming from a working-class background, and as the daughter of immigrants, she feels like she's let down the entire community.
Mira, Nina,
Hey,
no me preocupo por
they're
ella.
not worried about me.
At one point, the ensemble sings to her in Spanish, and she responds with the English translations. With every line, she gets increasingly stressed out until she finally bursts into an impassioned soliloquy.
With my eyes on the horizon, just me and the GWB, asking G, Nina, what'll you be?
In a conversation with Swarthmore College, Miranda explained that the Spanish represents, quote, all of the burdens and expectations the community is placing on her. It's a beautiful and emotional song that's bound to resonate with many, and, at the very least, touch anyone who hears it. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. 96,000.
96,000. Damn. 96,000. 96,000.
No me diga.
96,000.
This epic I Want song is a cinematic spectacular and musical masterpiece. As Usnavi discovers that he sold the winning lottery ticket, the neighborhood dreams about what they would do with the winnings.
Yo,
If I won the lotto tomorrow, well, I know I wouldn't bother going on no spending spree. I pick a business school and pay the entrance fee. And maybe if you're lucky, you'll stay friends with me.
It starts with Benny rapping, but soon other musical styles such as dancehall and reggaeton are integrated, echoing the barrio's diversity. It's the perfect scene as it takes everything we love about this musical and showcases it all in one exhilarating number. Even with a few changes for the movie, it's still just as iconic. This number makes us want to sing, dance, and dream about what we'd do with $96,000. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.